having that then is more of a merit, putting down, if someone's putting something in an underserved area, all things being equal, that would count as a merit point.
Well,
So then it could be, you could have them all in one area, but if they had the strongest applicants, but that would be something we would look at from a merit standpoint and not as a requirement standpoint.
I'm okay with looking at that. I think the issue we raised last time was, if we do that, how are we going to judge that? Are we just saying it's any location in any county with a population of under a certain number? How are we going to rank that, in other words?
An area with a certain unemployment level. I mean, if you're willing to put up a business in an area that's got, we've got areas in the state that have 10%, 20%, we have high unemployment areas versus an area that has low unemployment. Is that something that we would look at then? And I see your point on what you're saying, but there is merit in helping other areas of the state. So we can make it more of a, or push at least over into the merit conversation.
Who did you say was responsible for transport? Making regulations for transport?
The ABC.
Well, I think, it kind of goes back to that too, and that's where we had talked about, I see why everybody says we don't want them all in Pulaski County, but from a transportation point of view, if you're trying to serve the whole state, you go to the center of the state. The problem is, that may not be where everybody wants to be, and I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to put them all any one place. I just think we shouldn't restrict where they go. And I think that's the difference between the dispensaries and the cultivation facilities. I think the example we have from ABC kind of more lines up with dispensaries, does it not?
It does.
Having so many dispensaries in so many regions, I think is a much better, is something that we ought to look at, having them dispersed throughout the state. I'm okay with entertaining at least the idea of how would we go about awarding that on a merit system, and I think that's something that we could definitely look at, because I think it's great if somebody wants to put it where it is going to bring jobs. The issue that I may have, in researching this a little bit further, it's finding out what kind of employment that's really going to be for the population that's already there. Meaning, this does seem to take some level of expertise. Is that something they can go hire somebody in who already lives in those towns, or is that somebody who's going to be brought in? That's a question that I think we're going to have to look at.
Yeah, I personally don't think that all the best applications are going to be from the central part of the state, but we don't know that. And I agree that the best application should have the opportunity for the facility, but I also agree with Commissioner Ramon that we should take into some type of merit should be added to a great application if it's taken into account that it's going to be located somewhere outside of central or northwest Arkansas.
And I think, I would be fine at looking at that. But I guess I think for purposes of the way we would go, I would move that we decide we're going to have 5 cultivation facilities, but they are not going to be restricted to the 5 health regions in the state of Arkansas. And then as a second issue, maybe we revisit that section next and look at adding that to like one of our merit lines. I believe that was in section 9.
Any other comment?
I can go for that if we'll put it in the merit part of it. And I think that just to help, part of what we're here for is to help Arkansans. If we can create more jobs in areas that really need them more, then I think we're doing the state a favor. So we can put that on a merit part. I think we'll second that.
So can you restate your motion?
So my motion would be that we would amend our original vote to say we want 5 cultivation facilities, and we would remove the language. Let me find that language. We would remove the language that put it in the 5 health districts. So in other words, it would just be the 5 cultivation facilities wherever the best applicants landed in Arkansas.
With a merit.
And then we could add,
We just add that we put,
merit based on,
merit-based
geographical
criteria,
location,
Right.
based.
I mean-
geographic diversity.
you could add in between. I mean, we're looking at section 9B, and I think we could just add a section 4 that just says, because it's already talking about based on merit to evaluate the applications verified pursuant to section 8. And then just add a section 4 that says, geographic region, and if we want to describe it further, we can figure out how to do that.